Hello, everybody. Welcome to LT Outdoors Sunday Night Live. She's come running. Oh man, I'm gonna share this on Facebook real quick, and then she can get up. Hang on, baby girl. Goofy dog. She's got to bring me a toy. Come on, Facebook. You're going too slow. I got an impatient pup here. Boy, it's going really slow tonight. Hopefully, that's not gonna happen with our live. Hmm, There we go. Oh, God, you are a horse, kid. Come on, Facebook, go quicker. Oh, got stuff to do. All right, there we go. Now I got to catch up with y'all. Hey there, Bill. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Don. Hey there, sis. Hey, Neil. Hey there, Lisa. I hope you're doing better. Hey there, Rick. Hey, Scott. Hey there, John. Hey, Bill. Hey, Richard. Hey, Richard Bray. Braden says, Gemma. Oh. And Lisa says, hey, Jammers. Tail just a whipping. Oh, turd. Hey there, BK. How you doing? Uncle Rick says, hi, Jammers. She knows. It's funny. She let me sit down today, but she was sitting on the back of that chair just staring at me. And as soon as I opened my mouth, she come running up. Hey there, Joe. How you doing, buddy? I hope you guys are all having a good week. It's been pretty depressing for me. And I was worried about this to begin with. I did talk about this early ice because it seems to be what we're having every year now. It looks like it's going to be good, and then it's not. And honestly, I'm getting sick of it. It's happened to us now for the past few years, and it's just not fun. Hey there, Dan. Yeah, the warm up. I hate it. I hate it. Hey, June. How you doing, buddy? Hope you like your new computer. Hey there, Mike. Muskrat Jawbone. I like that name. How you doing, buddy? Happy New Year to you too. If you guys haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. As silly as it seems, it does help the channel. What's up, brother? How you doing, Paul? Oh, hope you guys are all doing good, though. Hope you guys are doing good. Got some special stuff to talk about tonight. I do want to say this too. When I first signed in tonight, I seen there's now a goal thing I can set at the top. I might screw with it next week. What it is it's a super chat thing, which is where I think if you click super chat somewhere down there, it allows you to send a donation and some special emoji, I think. But they've got a new thing where I can set a goal, for probably a certain amount of money, and then I can give back. I got to come up with something that I can give you guys. So we'll see. I'm gonna play with that and see what it's all about. Inch of rain and 4 days in the 40s. Same here. Not good at all. What's up, Max? How you doing, brother? Yeah, it has been just absolute crap weather, guys. This is right now. It is pouring rain and it's warm. We're looking like we're gonna get cold again starting Tuesday into Wednesday. But I'm really hoping that we at least got good ice again by next weekend because I will say this right now, our ice is shot. Okay. And I hate it. This is the second time I've had to tell you guys this bad news this year. Second time now that our ice has come and gone. Hey there, Dennis. Yep, ice all gone. Not good at all. Not good at all. But I want to say big shout out tonight to Dan Hickerson. He's actually related to Mark and Jen that are on here. That's their son, and he got me this cool hat today. So I want to say thank you for that. It was pretty cool. He come dropping off a deer head. He drove all the way up here from Midland to drop me off a buck head to clean, and he bought me this really cool hat here at Frank's. So I love it. Thank you, Dan. Pouring in British Columbia too. Oh, Bay City. God, I didn't see it was you, Paul. Now I feel dumb. Thank you, BK. Thank you. Yeah, he got this at Frank's. He come up, hand me a bag, and and he says, "Hey man," he says, "thanks, I wanted to give you this bag," and it had this hat, and then it had one of those Woods and Water magazines in it. So that was cool. I sure hope so, Dan. I sure hope so. We need our winter to actually kick in. We haven't really had it, so ease off the beef fast. Oh, thank you, Bill. By the 20th, that would be really cool. That would be. Is that where you're from, Muskrat? Yeah, I'm hopeful, man. That is my favorite place to fish. So rain in Southgate too. Yeah, nasty. Yeah, Woods and Water is cool. I always like looking at it. Best bathroom material you can get. It's got a little bit of everything, hunting and fishing in it. So all day in Detroit too. Yeah, this is a wreck, man. Absolute wreck. Ice slabs in the harbor, salmon fishing. Yeah, the floating, when you get all that floating crap, it's tough. I used to do a lot of walleye fishing out the mouth of the Tawas River in the spring, and I'd be weighted out there with these giant, I mean, you'd have to get out of the way because you would drown. I mean, you'd get massive sheets, quarter-mile long sheets of ice that would come at you. There ain't no stopping it. And most of the time, it's thick enough you could damn near step on it too. But to have one of them hit you I've had them hit me in the waist before when I'm wading, and yeah, it's a scary thing. You got to rush out of the water for that. Rain in Belleville. I think the whole freaking state's just nasty, man. I hope so, Paul. Now tell me, I haven't checked. I usually check temperatures for all my favorite places in the state, St. Ignace, Saginaw, Jackson, stuff like that. But what's your weather forecast looking like, Paul? I haven't been checking it. Are you guys going to be getting cold and sticking there too from the looks of it? Because that would be wonderful. I definitely want to get down there and do some walleye fishing. And somebody commented on Facebook saying they went walleye fishing, which I'm planning on. I do have a couple favorite lakes up here for walleye that I'd like to get out on. Oh, 11 straight would be awesome. Very cool. Whole state's green. See, I haven't even looked at the radar. I do want to say this, guys. I'm pretty pumped. There might even be another one laying around the house. I don't know. But this is I got my final. I got the one from Burbot the other day, so I got 6 total, I believe. I was trying to think of what all I got, and I wrote it down somewhere over here. But yeah, got 6 of them this year, so pretty excited. I really need to hit double digits. I should have put more effort into it. I screwed up because honestly, one of the easiest ones for me to get is freshwater drum. You guys see me get into them every year. This year was the first year probably in my life that I haven't targeted drum. It was not a good thing, and it mostly because my vehicle, not being up and everything. So I'm really hoping though. My biggest goal, guys, for next season is to have a truck because quite honestly, right now with the weather the way it is and being so damn depressing, if I had a truck, I could be out running the trap line. I could get that stuff going again. So I really want to get a truck so I can get my trap line going and do that again next year because that is the best thing for this downtime. It is really hard to beat. And yeah, just not having a truck, I can't do it. So yeah, I know. I'm happy that I got out when I did. I do want to say this, guys. I didn't share the video. It was a short that I made. I was gonna make it into something, but me and Rick and Braden the other day we were hopping around looking for some ice. One of the places in the county here that is usually very thick and perfect, it only had 2 inches of solid ice. Then it had about a 1 inch layer of water between that and about a 1 inch layer of bad ice on top of that. So as soon as you would fall through a lot, you fall through that top layer into the water, and then you knew you only had 2 inches underneath of you. That is not good, especially because we're in like 10 feet of water. Scary stuff. So yeah, the ice is just toast. I don't plan on. I'm not going to risk my life as much. It kills me not having the content on here. I'm going to be honest, guys, because if I don't keep my ratings up and my views up for a certain amount of time, it all drops away. Like I'll have maybe $200 coming from YouTube, and then all of a sudden my views go down, and boom, I'm way down again. So it's really sucky, and there's not much I can do. I will try to squirrel hunt this weekend or this week, sorry, so that I can hopefully at least get a video in for you guys with that. But hey, Dan, that's cool, man. That's cool. Hey there, Terry. How you doing, buddy? It is definitely crazy, Neil. It's crazy. Very sketchy. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Worm. Thank you. Thank you much. Tonight, I do want to talk about this. If you guys have any friends or family or anybody that you know is into the outdoors, please have them hit that subscribe button. Freedom Baits was nice enough to donate a massive bunch. I was able to pick out $150 worth of my favorite. I was able to pick out all these off the website, $150 worth. So, and it was an idea from him and me. I wanted to do this as a new. I know you guys want to win, and I'm sorry. I will have to do another one for you guys. I promise I will. But for this one, it's for new subscribers. I'm trying to pull in some new people, so we got more to chat with on here, and just more people viewing in general to help bump the channel up because I need all the help I can get, to be honest. So. Um, you need. My backyard right now, dude. You should see it. I definitely need an arc back there. What's up, Nathan? How you doing, brother? Nathan Walker, Walker Rods. I can't wait to have some of his stuff to show on the channel. He makes some really cool rods. But I've got some Freedom Baits here tonight that I do want to show you guys. They are my favorite ones that I plan on showing. Um, I know. Sorry, Matt. I've had, it's amazing. I've had a lot of people message me. I feel bad, but some people seem to try to take it out on me, but they message me saying, "Hey, I got vacation time," or "I took this time off. I plan on coming up to ice fish and this and that." Well, you know, I can't do anything about it. And I'm only going to tell you the truth. If I tell you the ice is bad, the ice is bad. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I am sorry to all of you that miss out on that because it sucks. Trust me, I don't like it either. It's killing me. So you surely can, Nathan. You are new. Yep. You hadn't subscribed yet. So, where are you from, Nathan? I know, but tell people on here. I need to know what state or city you're from. Right now, I am at 23 people in the giveaway. So, Manila, Iowa. I like that name. I've always wanted to visit Iowa. I hear good things, especially your deer. I'm jealous of all that. See, I'm really hoping for that too, guys. One thing I want to mention, all right, some people know this, some people don't. If you can get temperatures in the teens at night or single digits, preferably single digits or even negatives, but if you get down into that cold where it's teens or less, you are able to build an inch of ice per night. That is not a problem at all. It builds fast with those temperatures. That's why the ice gets the noisiest when you're super cold. You'll hear it booming and cracking. It's just making ice. So if you're out on a cold day and you hear it crack and the water's moving around you, might pucker you up a little bit, but I'm telling you, you're fine, and it's a good thing. It's a good sign. So I'm really hoping though. Hey PA, how you doing, buddy? I'm hoping that we get cold again because, even with the 20s coming, yes, we're going to make ice, but until we hit the teens in that, which I see it looks like we're supposed to further down the road, once we hit those colder temps, we'll build fast. But one thing we got to hope for, though, guys, is that we don't get any stupid snow on the ice that we got now. When we start building again, we got to keep it clear. So hopefully we don't get any snow on top of that and we're able to actually build because this past run we had, the most I ever seen was 5 to 7 inches, and then it's toast. Funny story, BK. I tried to film a 22 episode for you guys 2 weeks ago, I think, week and a half ago, and I'm almost embarrassed to even tell you guys. I had these super old rounds. Okay, my dad saved them up from many years ago. I thought it would be cool to do a video using these old rounds. Well, my 22 is a semi-automatic, and these rounds were the ones with the crimped ends. I guess they're not good for that kind of thing. I pulled the trigger, and it shot, but then it wouldn't eject. I had no way to eject it. I don't even have a cleaning rod at home thin enough to get into a 22, so I tried a stick. All right, I found the thinnest stick I could. Stick got stuck, stick broke. So then I had a 22 that was useless. When I fired that gun, both of them squirrels jumped. There was two of them. They jumped to the trees next to them and just stared at me the whole time that I'm dinking with that gun. It was a train wreck. Not to mention, I was like a quarter mile away down the trail, so I had to walk a long way with a gun that wouldn't even fire. So yeah, but I'm probably going to be using my shotgun. Not going to lie, I don't need any problems like that again. But I have a bunch of shotguns. I could use my old 28. I could use Robin's 410. I could use. I got all kinds of stuff that I could use. So yeah, most lakes are definitely if they're not melted, they're rotten. It's a thing. So ice machine should hopefully up north. How you doing? Truck driving on the lake near work today. Was it on the lake or was it on the shoreline? If you're talking Venetton, it was probably around the shore. Hey, there you go, Johnny. That sounds like fun. That's what I've heard. Yeah, for Iowa, same thing. With Minnesota and Wisconsin. I want to move there. One of them. Hey, there you go. Good job, PA. You got me on that. I've never done that. Hey, Jen. Hey, I mentioned him earlier. I don't know if you caught it, but shout out to Dan because I got to meet Dan Hickerson today, and he bought me this cool Browning hat at Frank's. Brought it to me, so yeah, super cool dude, and he is so much like Mark. Oh my god, yeah, those two could be twins. Oh. Yeah, yeah. See, second floor. Yep. If I would have had a knife, even a pair of pliers, needle nose, I mean something. It was dumb. I screwed up. No, it is. It's funny looking back. I mean, I feel like a moron, and I was a moron. But yeah, the fact, especially because I pulled that trigger from what Rick has told me, those old crimped ones. Oh, sorry, Terry. I forgot you're up that way. That's nuts, man. I wish I was up there. But from what Rick told me, those shots were like those little 22 crimps were like a super fine shot. He said he used to use them in a barn shooting rats because it didn't do much. Well, that I pulled the trigger on that squirrel maybe 15 feet away, didn't do nothing at all. See, thanks, Scott. So Scott says rat shot too. But yeah, I pulled the trigger. The squirrel just looked at me like, "What the heck happened?" And they both jumped to a tree, staring at me for a while. So yeah, they were those crimped end shots. Yeah, yeah, I know. Lesson learned, John. Yep, it is all fixed though. Thank you, Rick. Rick fixed it for me. Rick helps me out a lot. I want to move to Bemidji, Terry. That is my goal. I want to live there. Um, hey D Green, how you doing? Hey, awesome, man. Always nice to hear from somebody that's got a local place. Alcona, it was good. I did a video there, but yeah, the ice it's dangerous now. I mean, that was one of the best places for good ice to begin with, but now it's wrecked. So, oh God, that's good to know, Bill. I know it probably just tickled the squirrel. It was sad. It really was. So, okay. See, I'd never heard of that before, but it's good to know. Hey, I could put those crimp loads in my 22 pistol and shoot mice. That'd be kind of fun. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Again, I want to mention one last time again before so I can show you guys the baits. I am doing a huge giveaway thanks to Freedom Baits. They donated $150 worth of awesome plastics, all my favorites. I got to pick them out, so you know they're going to work. He also donated a couple decals and some line cutters, which are really cool. So you guys are going to want to get in on this. If you have any friends, family, anybody that likes the outdoors, have them subscribe. It only counts for new subscribers. So if you subscribed last week, I'll take that. I got a lot of new subscribers last week. So, but to be fair, it's for new subscribers. I'm trying to pull some more in. So not only do we have new people to chat with on here, just to add to the group, but also it'll help the channel. I need to help any way I can and build it. Yeah, the ice is toast, Mike. I hate it. Driving me crazy, man. It's raining. Yeah, raining here too hard, Lisa. That's what I'm seeing, Richard, and I'm hoping that they. I don't trust the Weather Channel at all. You probably heard me in my videos before. I hate the weather. I hate weather meteorologists in general. They don't know what they're doing. But I am hoping that they at least call it right for this time because I am sick of this. It's a cool shot. Like I said, I thought it would be fun to do a video shooting like vintage rounds, but it didn't go very good. Thank you, Worms. Yeah, hit that like and share, guys, please. I appreciate it big time. 4-inch pattern, holy cow! Yeah, it sounds like it'd be good for mice. See, one thing I did find out recently. Okay, and yes, I know they're cute and cuddly, chipmunks. Okay, I did not know, which is crazy because I thought I knew the rules, but I did not know that they count as a nuisance species. They're right in there with red squirrels. You can shoot chipmunks. I did not know this, but now I'm gonna have to do a catch and cook on them or shoot and cook because I'm sure they taste no different than a squirrel. So be interesting anyway. God, I hope not, Mike. I just want to sit on the ice, man. Is that so much to ask? Yep, I know. I'm missing a bunch of them. There's 30. I only got 36 thumbs up. There's 62 of you watching. Please hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Chipmunks are diggers, yep. But they don't hurt anything though. I mean, when they dig, they got their little dinky holes and they're not really doing much. And they're not a wire chewer like a red squirrel. Um, they're more tender. Good to know, Nathan. Thank you. I kind of figured that. I mean, the red squirrels are too, so that's crazy. I'm gonna have to go and shoot one of those shots out of the old classic 22 out and shoot a paper plate. I'm really interested now to see what it looks like. Always looking for a better method. I'm always looking for new stuff too. I don't think so, Matt. I was gonna throw something together, but I didn't. So, oh geez, yeah, that's no fun. They do mess with flowers. Yeah, good call on that, Jim. Yeah, they do a lot of digging under the flowers. The worst ones, though, see, we actually, Lisa, we have two. The ground squirrel is actually a separate species. We have chipmunks, and then we got what's called the 13-lined ground squirrel. They are very interesting, actually. They're more of a prairie dog. The ground squirrel's more of a little prairie dog. They're actually smaller than a chipmunk. Their tail is really short, and they have, like they say, 13 lines. They're really pretty, but yeah, and they call them gophers too, the ground squirrels. But yep, they're actually called 13-lined ground squirrels, and they do the most damage. If you got a garden and they come around, you're in for some trouble because they dig up everything. The ground squirrels are horrible. I have trapped them. Fun idea. I took a one of my foothold mount rat traps, like a number 0 or number 1 long spring. I set it face down with the pan, the trap trigger, over the hole. They go to get out of that hole, they hit their head, and you got them. So super easy way to catch those gophers. Yep, chipmunks definitely do some too. Yep, but they're not as bad as those 13-line ground squirrels. Those are really bad. But I've got some plastics here today, guys. I want to talk about these. I got some of my favorite ones that I want to show you by Freedom Baits. This one here is what they call the A-bomb. Now, it's a fun bait. I'm gonna the ones I got in this box, I'm gonna try to focus on this season just to kind of show you guys how they all work. Now, the A-bomb is a favorite of mine because of the sleek design. You can put your hook, that's where you want to put it, right through that ball. Just run your hook great on a little teardrop, but you put your hook through there and then you jig it, and these little tails kind of wiggle around, and they just look really great. But this is what Freedom Baits calls the A-bomb, and they have lots of great colors. I mean, you could pick out any color you want. My favorite colors, if I had to choose a couple, would be red and white and pink. Actually, pink probably above red. I appreciate that, Lisa. Thank you. Yep. If any of you can, please send new people our way. I appreciate it. This one here, now if you watched my last two videos, this is the bait that I used. This is the Stinger, again by Freedom Baits. Now this color though, I've actually never used this color of the Stinger, and I'm excited to. This is what they call school bus for obvious reasons. It looks like a school bus color, but the Stinger works really good. If you're in an area where you do well using wax worms, but you want to try something plastic, this is your go-to right here. The Stinger is going to be just the same thing as a wax worm, I'm telling you. And if you watch the video closely, you can see my rod tip. They bite several times. Most fish with a plastic, they come in, they grab it, they don't like the taste, they leave. Not with these. You'll see on my videos, they bite several times before I can hook them. But yeah, the Stinger here by Free, look at that little tail. That's just from my nerves. But yeah, I want to try this. I'm excited to use the Stinger, the school bus one. I like school bus as the Stinger and also in their little minnow series, because to me that also looks like a goldfish. That's like perfect goldfish color. Hey, there you go, Lisa. I didn't know you didn't have any in there. You're gonna love them though, and you know the fact that I push them on my show definitely gonna help sales because people will be asking for that kind of thing. And you know I've got them here. This is their frost color. I've got them. I ordered these the other day. I've got them in I think frost, pink, white. Yeah, white's the one that I've been using lately that you guys have seen. Obvious reasons. It looks like a waxworm. That's your natural waxy color. So, oh, you're gonna love them, Lisa. Especially using them. You're really gonna like using them because they work. The Stingers where it's at. You definitely .com. Excellent baits. Now, this is the little minnow series that I was just talking about that I like looking like a goldfish in the school bus color. This is what they call, they sure are, Nathan. This is what they call the bonita. And if you notice, some people don't know the terms, but all of Freedom Baits plastics are named after military names. So the A-bomb, the Apache, Tomahawk, all that stuff. Because it's a veteran-owned company, so they keep the names of their baits veteran names too, which I really like. But this is the bonita. As you can see, it's basically it's just a split tail minnow, but it's tiny. This is only, I believe, an inch and a was it inch and a half or something. It's just a little bait. Might be 2 inches, but excellent. You can't beat this, guys. This minnow right here is so good for perch, walleye. You can tip instead of using a minnow on your jigging wraps. You could throw this on there. Crappies, obviously, love minnows, so this is a great thing for them. And I've caught big bluegills and stuff on them too. If you ever drop a dead stick down or something, or a bobber rod with a minnow, you'll notice the bluegills go after the minnow just as much as everything else. They have a harder time getting it because they got smaller mouths, but they work really good. So, hey, Kevin, thank you, buddy. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, thanks, Rick. They are though. These are year round. Okay, these right here, and actually the Stinger that I just showed would work really good year round too. And I should probably mention steelheaders. A lot of them like to use wax worms. That right there, Stinger. Guarantee you get steelhead on them, but these are great in the summer. If you watch my videos, you see that I have chucked docks and stuff with them. They're awesome. Any fish that likes to eat a minnow, walleyes, bass, pike, they're going to crush these. So definitely worth having in your box. Yeah, it's definitely nice. Yep, and I appreciate you not mentioning it. I feel bad anymore. Here's a nice white bonita. I feel bad, but if I see somebody comment on there what the name of a lake is, I will delete it. I had somebody recently climb on here and tell me that that was like the most democratic thing that they've ever heard or something, and I don't know. They called me out on a bunch of stupid stuff just because I won't say the name of a lake. So yeah, tell me you're jealous without telling me you're jealous. Those kind of people, they like to come out of the woodwork. This here, you guys watch my show, you know it. This is a frogman. The frogman is probably my all-time favorite bait from Freedom Baits. It is a very special bait. They call it a frogman because obviously it looks like a little baby frog. Once the tadpole gets his legs, that's exactly what it looks like. you get a lot of wiggle in the water with these things and they last, okay? They might not be made with the same stuff Z-Man uses, but they don't rip easy. They don't rip easy at all. I have caught 50 plus fish on one of these. And even the stinger in that video, both videos you've seen recently, that's only one plastic. I have never changed in those videos. I never changed the plastic. So they last. They're excellent baits. I wouldn't push them if they didn't work. But the frogman here, this is bubble gum. I love bubble gum. There's something about pink and fish that I think works great. But hey, Katie. But yeah, the frogman. My very first season of pushing the frogman, I was using the frost, which I guess it's funny because after hearing about it, I guess that was like one of their least sold colors. But I'm telling you, there's something about this frost blue works really, really good. I absolutely love the Frost Frog, man. I've used them for everything. If you watch my old videos from last year, you'll see I catch some giant bass. I'm talking like 4 pound bass through the ice on these too. A lot of fun. Amen to that, Wayne. I hear you, brother. I am done with it. I am sick of it. I don't know. Whoever wished this crap is horrible and evil. We don't need warmth. We need the cold. That is true. That is true. Second floor. Actually, not even not so much the wigglier, but the special thing about Freedom baits too, other than them having cool plastics and that, these baits are not scented, but they have scent inside of them. These are actually the plastic itself is infused with the scent. So when a fish bites these, or you get a few bites on them, it starts letting that scent out more and more. So yes, you're very right. It's just like with live bait though. If you're using a worm and it gets a little tore up, it lets some more scent out. Always works better. Whenever you have anything on that got chewed up a little, even a minnow, as long as it's still alive, if it got chewed up some, the fish hammer it. Makes it even more crippled. So, but yes, they do get wigglier too. But these don't get chewed up very easy, and that is what I like because the whole reason behind using plastics is so you don't have to sit there and change bait. Nobody wants to keep changing their bait all the time. That's the problem with live bait, especially using wigglers or minnows. You basically get one shot out of it and your bait's gone. Wax worms is a little different. You can usually get a few fish on a waxy, but it's so much nicer though to not have to worry about the live bait, not have to keep them alive, and to have something you can literally sit in a hole and hammer fish after fish and not even worry about swapping baits. It's great. So I am definitely addicted to plastics, and I have been now for a few years. Spikes, yeah, spikes, that's classic go-to there. I actually like them even more than wax worms, but it probably is the way that you're doing them. To me, it's all about the way you jig them. Um, I personally jig the crap out of mine. If you watch my video, you'll see I hammer it, hammer it, hammer it, and especially on the Vexilar, I'm able to see how the fish are reacting. But 9 times out of 10, when I'm hammering it like that, it at least gets the fish to come look at it, and that's when I slow down. When they're right on that bait, I slow down and I'll usually try to jig it up real slow. That seems to be the best thing. But yeah, I am. It all does depend on how you're jigging and everything else. There's kind of a cadence to plastics. Oh God. Oh, that's horrible, Kevin. I guarantee I could go out and get some too. I didn't even think of that. Night crawlers. That's sad. Yeah, red spikes. Well, one thing I liked about spikes too is they come in different colors, but again, plastics, you can get them in any color you want. Definitely, Wayne. Definitely. Are you my buddy down in Detroit with the channel? I didn't recognize the last name, but I know a Wayne down there that catches some awesome fish. But yeah, if you are wanting to give it a go though, I highly recommend the Frogman. Probably. Oh, you're not. Okay, thought I'd ask. But the Frogman above any other plastic really is it's if I had to choose one plastic above all the rest, it would be the Frogman, hands down for just about any species. So okay, all right, yeah, I it's hard to keep up, honestly. I have so many people now, um, between on here and Instagram and TikTok and oh geez. All right. Good. Good to know here on my own. I got you now, Wayne. Now this box, this is the one that's going to be the giveaway box here for new subscribers. So I'm talking from last week up until now. Any new subscribers that join the channel, you're going to have a chance to win $150 worth of plastics. Also, it came with this cool line cutter. I like these. They're nice to have. They can clip right on your bibs, and you'll love it. And then they come with, you actually get 2 decals out of the mix, which I love their decal. I've got them on my vehicles. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that, brother. I'm trying each week to gain some more subs and more viewers, especially on the show. I'd love to see this number get up to 100 one day and stick there. It's nice to chat with you guys. I always love seeing new faces in here. Just a good time. So I do appreciate y'all. I have seen the past couple weeks have been kind of up and down, but for the most part, they're staying up around 60s, which I like. Go to line, weight, and type. Mono, hands down. I definitely would not use braid through the ice for honestly anything except tip ups. One thing you got to realize is braid, it soaks up the water. And if you're fishing, if you're just jigging or something and it's cold, it's going to freeze. So, yeah, braid is not good for that. I do love mono. And my go to is 4-pound. I like using 4-pound Berkeley micro ice. I have seen, it's funny, I have fished with people before. What's up, Brains? How you doing, brother? I've fished with people before that have used like 2 and even 1-pound test, and I have some that was given to me in my back room, but man, I'm telling you, even a little dinky perch, if you set the hook too hard on that, it's going to break. And I don't know, 4-pound to me, you can get away with a lot on 4-pound. I mean, all my videos, honestly, all my ice videos, I'm using 4-pound test. Even when I'm steelhead fishing, getting salmon through the ice, pike, that's 4-pound test. My tip ups, I usually have 8-pound mono on, which that's kind of pushing it for that. But I also try to use my gator grabber harnesses that I sell because they've got heavy line on them. So, hey Rob, how you doing, buddy? 2-pound for 3 mil. Yeah, see, it makes sense, but man, yeah, basically, if you're using that kind of stuff, people, wow, 70 viewers. Thank you guys very much. Please hit that thumbs up. I love seeing that. That is great. I will say this, though, you know, the 2-pound, if you're using something thin like that, you got to keep it in the back of your mind. That's where most people go wrong, including myself when I've done it. You got to know, hey, I've only got 2 on here. If I don't set the hook right, I can just snap it like it was, floss. You got to be careful. But as long as you keep that in mind, just like when I fish with my tip ups and I'm only using 8-pound test, I keep that in the back of my mind while I'm fighting these fish. I let them play. I wear them out because you can't just haul them in hand over fist with 8-pound. I mean, sure, if you've got braid, you can get away with that, but also I don't recommend it because you could just pull it out of the fish's mouth. So thank you, Brains. Thank you. Hey there, Brian. I came up with that song a few years ago and people loved it, and I finally decided to put her back on. 72 viewers. That is awesome. Keep her climbing, guys. Any of you new people, too, hit that subscribe button. Comment on that new video I posted for a chance to win $150 worth of plastics. Hey, better late than never, Jimbo. Oh, I'm surprised you're home already, Dan. Of course, it wasn't that many hours, I guess, to get down back home, but I thanked earlier. I want to say thank you again, Dan. Dan Hickerson's the one that got me this awesome Browning hat. Absolutely love it. And it was great to meet you today, Dan. I appreciate it. The buck, I had him skinned out and stuff in 10 minutes. I'm really fast at that. But hey, welcome to the club, KD. Thank you. Braid holds water. Yep. Braid holds water in between. See, I didn't know that. I thought fluoro was, I always thought fluoro was more abrasion resistant. Yes, definitely make sure your drag is set. Gemma's sitting here pushing me, especially with lighter line. And, some people on here, they want to get cocky and say stuff like, quit messing with your drag. Well, I know I have caught so many fish in my life that I know what has to be done to keep from losing that fish. So I am very, all right. All right, Tool, you can get up here. I am very, very picky about playing with my drag. I do it, and that's why I catch so many fish. 2 pound Maxima is different. See, I've heard Maxima is really great stuff. I haven't really used it though. Wow, that's awesome, Terry. 48-inch muskie on 4 pound. You got me beat, dude. I can't wait either, Paul. Oh, you're welcome, Dan. I appreciate the business, man. I do. I've been cleaning heads for several years now, but I just got my license to do it for others a few years ago, and I enjoy it. I'm really fast with it. The only thing I don't enjoy is when people bring me rotten heads, which I get some pretty bad ones. That's never fun, but yours was great. So I appreciate you, Katie. Gemma, I can't see. Can't see. That's what I thought, Mike. Yeah, I thought it was more abrasion, which abrasion would be against the ice. Jen says hi, jammers. Jen says hi, jammers. Oh God. Yeah, that would definitely be cool too. I mean, I haven't. I have been seeing a couple grouse around. I mean, I'm gonna shoot whatever I can shoot tomorrow. So, or if it's good tomorrow, I don't know yet. But when I go squirrel hunting, I'm definitely gonna be keeping my eyes out for grouse too. Yep, I've heard of thump them before, and I have tried them too. She's gonna bark at something, but I don't know, man. Freedom's my favorite, hands down. Polymer gets too. Huh? Never knew that, Max. Maxima's thick. Heck yeah, man. Hopefully you can get out on the ice, Brains. Fishing with Charlie, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Um, I have not fished it personally, Charlie, but I've heard a lot of good things. I will tell you this though, if you're up there anyways, around that area, you should just fish. Oh, there's a lake up the road that's even better for walleye. I have heard. Well, actually, the person to talk to about that on here would be uh, Jen and Mark if he's on here. But they fish that lake every year. I know they do really good on panfish, but I'm pretty sure it's good for walleye too. I do want to say this. I was hoping, because our ice went to crap, I thought, hey, I could probably go to the UP. I had to spend over $300 this week to get the car fixed, guys. It's been giving me all kinds of problems. But also, I guess it's good that I didn't go up there because the UP has also been warm. It's amazing and crazy to even say this, but St. Ignace has been in the high 40s just like we are. So I don't even know if the UP ice would be any good right now, which is unheard of. Yeah, probably. Oh, I gotcha. Well, most of the time, Max, a lot of us, and that's probably why he hasn't noticed it. I'm sure he's been in the shanty because it's very seldom we're out there fishing in that cold weather anymore. I know my bones don't. I'm not that old, 38, but my bones don't take it right anymore. So, yeah, I try to stay warm when I can. You don't target them. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Oh, Millicokia. There's a lake called Millicokia right over there. If you get a chance to, I would go there instead for walleye. That is a really good walleye lake. Oh, live for sure, Paul. We were just talking about this the other day. I hate dead. You'll probably never see me use dead minnows, but I will say this because you mentioned it. Smelt are a whole different ball game. They have a special oil in them. Frozen smelt are supposed to be like hands down the top huge pike bait. So I will say that I will use a dead smelt. If I can get some frozen smelt, I'll throw them out on the tip up. But otherwise, I have noticed a big difference. If your minnows are dead, you're not going to get the hits that you would on the live stuff. Yeah, car problems suck. That's for sure. Yes, Dan, yes. But get this though. I got the wheel bearing done. Then after the wheel bearing, I had actually me and Rick did the wheel bearing, and then I had to go and I had to have the gasket. What the heck was it? There's a gasket under there that was leaking oil. That's what one place told me. So I had the gasket replaced. Then turns out it was still leaking oil even harder. 75 of you watching. Thank you so much. Please hit that thumbs up. You guys rock. But I got the gasket replaced, and the next thing I know, it's leaking more. It turned out it was the oil pressure switch. So then I had to get that fixed as well. So it's just been, I've been trying to save up all my skull money for paying off my taxes. Not looking good. The car doesn't give me chance, so vanishes. I'm surprised, man. See, I love Berkeley. I would use nothing but Berkeley. I'm a youngster. I wish I felt that way, man. I've already gone through so much stuff that I should have never went through at my age. I've even had back surgery already, so I'm kind of a mess. 76 watching. Geesh. Thank you guys. Hit that thumbs up, please. And if you're new on the channel, subscribe for a chance to win some cool prizes. Well, thank you, Second Floor. I appreciate that. uh, it's a good idea, Wayne. I have seen them do so good. The smelt, frozen smelt, man. Uh, if you go back and look for Michigan Out of Doors, Alcona County, you'll see the video that I was in on there. Now, I was fishing with a guy out there that was using frozen smelt on some special, I think it was a Swedish rig. It was this big crazy hook, but the way he ran it through the smelt so that the smelt would stay in, because that's the main thing. You don't want to hang them. You want them to look straight. So if you're going to do anything, at least hook them through the back so they stay straight, perpendicular or parallel. I mean, yeah, it's been a crap week, Dan. It really has. uh, Creek chubs. Yes, especially I see what you're saying. Live creek chubs. I've tried frozen creek chubs. I haven't had any luck, but those live ones, creek chubs are just they're a natural bait, man. The pike are used to seeing them. I definitely love using creek chubs. Um, I will tell you this, Mike. Well, I think you're talking down there. When you're up here at your mom's, they do sell whole frozen smelt at Walmart. I think they got the heads off. They're not fully gutted because I've had to do that before. But I think even without the heads, if you hooked them through the back, they would work fine. But I do want to, before I have to get off, I got 15 minutes, but I want to show you guys too some more of these plastics. For those of you that like to fish with micro stuff, which trust me, I get that way, especially if the fish get finicky, which they usually do in February, which is our late last ice kind of time, but now it looks like it's going to be first ice every year. But if you're into the microplastics, Freedom Baits has a couple that are really great. The Apache is one of my favorites. This thing here was actually the first plastic that I ever used from Freedom. A guy gave me some on the ice and said, "Hey, try these." And I tore it up. Right away I caught some nice crappie, and I wasn't getting them with live bait. But this is the Apache right here, or the Apache right here, and it's great for a 3mm or even 4mm tungsten jig. I wouldn't use them on fives or anything bigger than that. These are made for micro, which when the fishing gets tough, sometimes those big gills and stuff and the big panfish, they're finicky. So you size down like that with a 3 or 4 mil tungsten and one of these guys, and you're going to do good. So they are really good for those that like using micro baits. I even have the Hornet in here, which I'll show you. The Hornet's really great too. Well, I appreciate it, Wayne. Thank you. Heck yeah, man. Yep, have your kiddo say hi, and I'll chat with him too. Definitely have a look when you're up, Mike. Totally worth it. Yeah, the white Apache. I mean, I love the Apaches in general. They are, as far as I'm concerned, they are the perfect micro bait. And then the hornet, if you watched my show in the summer, you'll see that I fish a lot with their new 2-inch hornet, but they also have the small one. If I can find it here. There's so many plastics in here. Here is the little hornet. This guy right here is freaking awesome. Look at that little tail. Now, to me, this is a good switch up if you want to get away from using wigglers. These actually look a lot like a wiggler in the water. They got the little tail going on like a wiggler. These are just a good alternative for a wiggler bite. I would really like to see somebody, or even do it myself, up at Gogebic. I know that the wigglers, supposedly that's like the main thing they use there is wigglers for perch. I guess supposedly that's like all they want. But I would like to try something like that up there just to see if it would work just as good. Use smelt for pike, catfish, and mink. Yeah, I've always wanted to try the mink line with them. That is cool. I really need to save some chubs in the freezer for that for next year. I can't say that I haven't. There are a couple bays that I fish on Cook. I try to fish it almost every year, but it's definitely scary. I would never walk out down by the dam or anything like that. Same goes for all the ponds, though. I would stay away from the dams. But if you can find some back bays on any of the ponds, you'll see that they're really good. Cleaning out pan cupboards. Local Kroger. We used to have a fish guy up here that sold fish, but he's been out of business for a while now. Oh, 6 is perfect, Dan. I'll be honest, that's all you need. You don't need an 8. Yep. The 6 that's all I use is a 6. And I think I said this last week too, but I'm behind on the actually. I'm glad there's 76 of you watching still. I'll do a challenge here in just a second. I want to show off this last bait real quick. This is the Hellcat. This is actually, if I had to choose one, I'd say this was Rick's favorite. But the Hellcat is a really good bait because it has a lot of wiggly legs, a whole lot of wiggly legs. So if you're looking for something that has a lot of action in the water, this right here is probably the way to go. And again, they are scented. They're infused, so you can smell them if you sniff them, but you get the most out of them when they're bit. But I feel really bad about that, Max. I'm sorry. When Max came up here all the way from Detroit to fish with me, and I wasn't out there very long. If the fish aren't biting, I have to move, man. For content's sake, I don't stick in a spot long if they're not biting. But instead of a sound, I will do this little challenge here. And I don't remember who won last week. I got to go through my messages because, yes, I forgot to send yours out, and I will do it next time. Okay, I'm going to do a question here. Whoever answers this the fastest will win. Actually, I'm going to ask 2 questions. I think this will be a 2-parter. What do you call a group of crows, and what do you call a group of porcupine? Fastest person to answer these wins. Try to answer them both too the same. I'm sure a lot of people are answering, hey there, silly. A lot of them are probably Googling right now. You got that, silly, but I need the other one too. What is a group of crows called, and what is a group of porcupines called? I need both of them answered. I think you'll enjoy the other one. I just learned this myself last week. Hey, there you go, Jen. Congratulations. Jen got you before that, Don. I want to say congrats. That's pretty cool. But yes, it is a prickle of porcupines. I would have never thought that. It's too funny. But yes, a prickle of porcupines is a group. And then the murder for crows. I figure a lot of you knew that. But flock and herd, herd of porcupines. I just think it's funny, man. A prickle of porcupines. That's great. But congratulations, Jen. I owe you from another giveaway too, like a couple weeks ago. So I got to give you a bunch of stuff. Conglomeration. Yep, it is actually a prickle of porcupines. I just think that's too funny. Again, I just learned it myself last week, and I was like, that's pretty cool, right? I mean, it's something that it's hard to forget. You hear that about the prickle, and yeah, it's something that's probably going to stick with you. So it's just one of them. I mean, you could be out with your friends or something, goofing around, chatting about random stuff, and you could throw that out there. It's just a neat little tidbit. So autocorrect gotcha. Oh, it gets me all the time. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. I try, like I apologize for being so late on that, but I'm glad that there was still 70 plus of you watching. That is so great. Makes my night. So I appreciate you guys so much. But yeah, I try to teach you guys something, even if it's just something small each week. It's big to me. Anything in the outdoors I think is fun to teach. So oh, you'd be surprised some of the autocorrects that I get. I Mark on here, Jen's husband, he auto corrects me all he gets me all the time. He'll send me I'm not even gonna say what he'll send me a message and it comes through the wrong way all the time. Why do they call crows murder? I don't know. I don't even I mean it's I think I know why they call them prickle porcupines because they're prickly, but the whole murder thing, I don't know. Did dad know it? That's a good question. What? Oh boy. Uh, I know a lot of times I can hear Mark just yelling in the background. Oh, that's great. Oh, welcome to the channel too, Dan. I see you've got membership thing on there. I appreciate that. Thank you. I have been gaining more patrons too. I want to thank you guys for that. And I will probably have to start doing the patron giveaway again here soon because maybe next month, beginning of the year, I'll start doing it. It's just, it gets kind of tough on me because I don't make much money as it is. And for me giving stuff away, it does cost money. I'm not complaining. I love to do it for you guys, but I'm just saying if I start doing all the giveaways like that, um, it gets tougher. That's more and more, not only cash for my stuff, but kidding, Jeff. See, I didn't know that, Rob. Taught me something there. I didn't know a parliament was a group of owls. That's interesting. Did you know that, Gemmers? I think you do. Oh, who? That's awesome. I have, yes, Jim. I don't like. I mean, yes, spring bobbers are cool and all. They ice up really bad, though. That's a problem that I've had with all of them. They're definitely going to ice up on you. If you're in the shanty, it's not so bad, but either way, um, you're going to have some issues. I prefer the rods like I'm using now, Precision Noodle or any noodle blank. I mean, they make a lot of different, there's a lot of rod companies making different stuff, but as long as you've got a sensitive tip and some backbone behind it, you're good to go. It works just as good, if not better, than a spring bobber. I am going to do I got an idea the other day. I'm going to do a video here soon, though, using my old school schoolie rods because I own so many of them and they were my favorite for many, many years. So I will do a video using the schoolie. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a big pike on the schoolie. I've done that before and it's a crazy fight. So what's happening, Brad? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing good, man. Happy New Year. I don't know, John. I don't know. Hey there, Barry. Thank you, Bill. You too. You too. Oh, summer whitefish, huh? Maybe. I mean, yes, it's you definitely need a very, very light, something very sensitive to feel those whitefish. I will say this before I have to get off, Jim, is on the topic of whitefish. I always personally like to use a regular spring style bobber, floating bobber, and what I do is I throw it on there with just a little ice jig and no weight. That way, the bobber lays flat on the water, and when the whitefish bite, it'll slowly lift. And usually, I mean, you don't want to wait for it to go under. It's good to set the hook as soon as it starts lifting, but that's the best way to catch fish that are very light biters like a whitefish. So thank you, Rick. Happy New Year, buddy. You too, Max. I like jaw jackers, Barry, but I've had issues with a jaw jacker, and I don't have issues with what they call the automatic fisherman. Pretty much the same thing, but it's a hard plastic. It doesn't mess up like the metal of a jaw jacker. So I do got to say that if you want to get something like that, use the automatic fisherman. That's my favorite. Oh, happy New Year. Good night. All right, I'm hopping off, guys. I got some stuff to do. So, again, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good night. And I appreciate you guys. 71 people watching at this moment and 70 thumbs up. You guys rock. I hope to see more of you on next weekend. And again, thank you. Have a good night.